Taking a special bath for recreation, pleasure, and hygiene. Sunday 8:19 p.m. in the EST, beginning the week. Regular week of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. Just feeling a bit moody. Feeling a bit like I can use a good hug, good massage, some good loving, some good double, triple love, some of that 93 special love code. Ah, it's important to admit feelings, repressed emotions. We're not always feeling 100% or that we got. And then taking some action. This action has been, is, and will continue to be required in my own healing. And I was gonna get even more moodier because I just realized that dishes were washed just before and used the hot water. And my bath, delayed it today, and I said I'm sure I'm not gonna delay it until Monday. I was planning to, I say Sundays or Saturdays usually I like to take baths during the Sabbath or Saturdays, but it's already Sunday. Today's Sunday, so and the water is cold, right? So I put the foam. I got the foam. See, I got the foam ready, but the water's it's cool. It's cold. It's not hot. It's a bit on the lukewarm. It's not freezing cold. It's not cold cold. It's a bit of mixture of cold and lukewarm. Due to having done the dishes and utilized a lot of hot water, so let's sit out. Maybe it's for the better. Maybe since I'm sore, I'm gonna immerse in cold water a little bit. Working out, breaking personal fitness records as yours truly is an independent fitness captain and independent athlete, independent artist, independent activist, and self-analyzing, an independent psychological analyst and theorist, an independent sexual analyst and theorist, and sometimes both go together, independent psychosexual analyst and theorist as them, of course. Also an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist. So I said, I'm gonna focus on the good, but although I do admit, I got some vices, got some issues, got some lust and cravings. As a matter of fact, I was out with a friend today, and I got a little bit of lustful, got a little bit of maybe XYZ, maybe who knows the subconscious forces, feelings that we have, and got a little bit lustful, got a bit. Maybe I wish I had this person's phone number or be a friend with benefits, friends with benefits, which I'm open to, friends with benefits 24/7, that's how I roll. Being androgynous pansexual, all my allies and armies are family. Pledge your allegiance, legions, all my allies and armies are de facto family. Pledge your allegiance, legions, all my allies and armies are de facto family. Pledge your allegiance, legions, and I want to give pleasure or bring pleasure in any way, shape, or form. Consent is all that's needed. Consent, security, and hygiene for me. Consent, security, and hygiene for me. Consent, security, and hygiene for me. So, anyways, I was a little bit upset, things that I would want, maybe in the pleasure wise. But then I said I'm gonna be grateful, so I'm gonna express my gratitude on this YouTube video, who's probably gonna air on maybe December 25th or this week or whenever I'm gonna post it, or maybe never. Who knows? I said my rent's paid for the month of December. It's December 18 today. Electricity bill is also paid for the month of December, so paid both the electricity bill and the rent. So both my electricity bill and rent is paid, and my anonymous sister, if I make a me, I'm gonna give her half. Or being gonna give her half. I'm gonna give her half and get my ass up out of this small underground room off Sun Temple, which is basically a gymnasium, 4-in-1, a small space that I have, which is an underground, literally underground space, which I've been living for a few years. Well, been some good times, some bad times. Been depressed and suicidal. I've conquered depression. I've conquered depression. I have conquered depression. I'm no longer suicidal, especially during COVID. My medicine and therapy has been, is, and will be working out, training and exercising. And But unless, for XYZ, sometimes it's subconscious. We get moody. I can get very moody, but no longer depressed and suicidal. Working out, training exercise. I'm not going to take a bath, immerse myself for pleasure. And although I wish I could get a good massage therapy, I cannot afford it, but I can afford to take a bath, even if it's cold. I'm going to wait for some hot water. In about 5 minutes, should be a little bit hotter. Should be putting a little bit of hot. So, do a little bath take a bath. Good immersion for the body, and meditate on XYZ, and get to work tomorrow, sending emails, working out, training, marching, writing poetry, doing laundry. So as I've analyzed, I said, XYZ, while admitting that some things I'm mediocre, at some things I'm average, at some things I'm so-so. We have this subconscious emotional side which sometimes drives us XYZ and moves us in the ways that we're unaware, or we don't admit, right, to ourselves that we feel whatever negative feelings or that we feel towards others or towards ourselves or towards because of our own weaknesses or own shortcomings or own XYZ, and myself included. At some things I admit I am average, at some things I admit I'm mediocre, at some things I'm so. While admitting that I'm mediocre, average, and so at some things, and like my BDSM switch with consent and hygiene, I like my BDSM switch with consent and hygiene and security, like my BDSM switch with consent and hygiene and security, and rock and roll in the free world. ICBM rockets, nuclear warheads can reach us from all the way to Russia up to here, Montreal. So make love tonight is the main message. I digressed a little bit, but that's the fact that since 1947 to about 1989, that's more than 42 years, the Soviet Union during the Cold War and the United States of America built ICBM rockets and can be nuclear warhead armed, and we're knocking at the door of Third World War, which of course I had predicted back in 2019, and I've written about it. I've done videos about it. I've continued to discuss about it. What I'm referring to is that back in 2019, yours truly, geopolitical analyst and theorist and independent fitness captain, was alarmed at the trend where we're heading humanity, and saying that we have not totally learned to channel our aggressions. And of course, two key words of my philosophy is channeling and sublimating. And although maybe wanted to break a glass or two or three earlier, being moody and upset, it happens. The emotions matter just as 2 plus 2 equals 4. I don't write 2 plus 2 equals 4 in only one color, black or white, but I write it in black and white and the rainbow. So we can put all the colors of the black and the white and the rainbow in that equation. 2 plus 2 equals 4. We're a complex civilization with complex human beings who have had XYZ experiences. Myself, I've lived at the rock bottom, and I've been down and out and below rock bottom, and I invested in my body hard and continue to invest in my body hard with the philosophy that the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. And maybe I have some, I was moody, upset, and a bit even angry, maybe I could say, but maybe less angry, but more moody, upset, and a bit angry. So that maybe my unfulfilled lust or cravings for pleasure, such as a good neck massage or XYZ type of loving, because we want to fulfill love urges and not repress whatever we feel, but channel and sublimate, understand our natures, because we have diverse natures, understanding them and then channeling and sublimating it. So here I am doing this little video. Already feel much better a little bit doing this video, and taking a bath is always good for hygiene. Do strongly recommend it. And exercise, physical activity, which I'm gonna hit tomorrow. Of course, it's gonna be my medicine and therapy. Has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Working out, training, and exercising. Because at the end of the day, the body being a temple for pleasure and purpose, it is a temple for pleasure and purpose, and we have more or less control over other external things and XYZ factors of the environment, civilization, and interactions with other human beings and eventualities and events, whether of physical, psychological, spiritual, over an intellectual, cosmopolitan, or in a communication wise type of communication language that we speak and we interact, and we do the buying and selling on the daily levels of daily living and civilization and the news and XYZ, all these factors. But the body is an agency that we, of course, have as a, my philosophy is that the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. So here I am taking a bath. for pleasure and purpose for hygiene, and since cannot afford a massage, therapy is also a substitution. But again, before I digress, back in 2019, of course, I've analyzed the situation globally, worldwide, and as an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, I have come to the conclusion that we, humanity, are again on a path towards an international conflagration. And so, back in October 2019, I had made, created, and designed the General War Integrated Whole Body Training System to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario, which in a nearly providential, paradoxical, and providential way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis, and furthermore, the crisis with Russia and Ukraine. So, in many ways, but based on my analysis, which had taken into consideration major geopolitical events such as the US China trade war, and of course, the arrest of Kathy Meng, aka Meng Wanzhou, the chief financial officer of Huawei, to become the biggest telecommunications exporter and maker of infrastructure in internet and telecommunications in the world, Huawei. The daughter, CFO, was arrested by the RCMP, the Canadian Federal Police. RCMP stands for Royal Canadian Mounted Police, to honor an extradition treaty with the United States. So that factor, the US-China trade war, was another geopolitical event which had taken into consideration to construct or to come to the conclusion that we, when I say we, I'm referring in this context as a geopolitical analyst and my geopolitical analysis from October 2019, that we, humanity, are again have had concluded that humanity is again on a path towards another international conflagration, and so created, made, and designed and produced the General Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, to go hand in hand with that World War III scenario, which is an ongoing on a timeline parallel to me doing the workouts, and of course had successfully completed 300 of my own sessions, of my own workout sessions, September 29th of this year, when officially had turned the A of my surname into an O, and had it's about to change into the last and third phase soon, as I'm going towards these new 93 days of special dragon boxing workouts for between March, which will finish between March 3rd and March 20th, when I'm challenging the leaders of the free world to fight me in a boxing match, and so with some dancing and some philosophy on the Hawk Island, Montreal, in order to establish world peace via the trinity of my theories, known as citizen integration theory, CIT, citizen integration theory, death row fusion theory, DRT, stands for death row fusion theory, and democratic fusion theory. That trinity of theories to be implemented via the fourth dimension, and that fourth dimension is love. Love is action. Maybe that's why I felt a little bit moody. I said, I'm not receiving enough LOV, and I'm not giving enough LOV, because I got plenty of loving to give, especially kisses, kisses, kisses in the trillions, credited by the goddess, blah 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 blah. And love is action, unless the action is required, and for my own healing, and action will be required in you. Ways of thought for our collective healing, but still got cleaning and laundry to do tomorrow. Still got work on myself as I'm sharing with the world, especially as I say I died during COVID. I'm triple vaccinated and open for business. My trinity on COVID, again, as this has been and will be this. First and foremost, do not know what caused COVID. Second, I believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings. And third, since I don't know for sure, I cannot rule out another possibility, be it XYZ, being a man-made virus or whatever it is. A fourth dimension to that trinity, not knowing for sure what caused COVID, believing it was snakes to human beings. And third, not ruling out another possibility due to, even though I believe that it was transmitted from snakes, there's a doubt, I don't know for sure. Thus, I cannot rule out another possibility, XYZ, whatever factor, such as an accident in a lab, a man-made experiment, and a bioweapon, etc., etc., etc. Fourth dimension to my trinity on COVID is what I do know for sure is that before COVID, about 93 days or so back in October 2019, I had created, made, and designed the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the Dragon Army workout, to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario, which in a nearly paradoxical, providential, paradoxical way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis. And due to that fact and reality, I have begun during COVID advocating for the implementation of my theories and the creation of the two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, public-private partnership institutions, the International Citizen Integrated Social Security and Service Force, aka the Dragon Army, for service and security to be integrated with all existing public and private institutions and organizations, and the International Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army, another public-private partnership to be complementary, concovenant, and cooperative way to the Dragon Army, and to be for the environment for pleasure and purpose, purpose to attain harmony between civilization and nature, just like the Dragonomic to be integrated for both security and service, and of course to be based on my philosophies and my theories, and of course to be a public-private partnership. First and foremost, from Hawk Island, Montreal, Canada, coast to coast, and of course North America, public-private partnership, and NORAD and NATO member countries, North America, the collective North American civilization. Of course, as a geopolitical analyst and theorist, have my philosophy. Of course, that North America, we constitute a collective civilization, and since we constitute a collective civilization that is distinct from Western civilization but not divorced. These are keywords of my geopolitical theory that North Americans, myself as a Quebecer, Canadian North American, we constitute a collective civilization, not to be mistaken the word with collectivism or communism, but a collective meaning an amalgamation of different civilizational realities of different civilizations merged into the North American civilization that have common denominators and that have propelled, such as the geopolitical realities and the geographical realities, such as the fact that here in North America we have two oceans. To the east we got the Atlantic, to the west we got the Pacific. And so based on these premises and this analysis, and of course the infrastructure and the cultural elements, we constitute a collective North American civilization that is not this divorced from Western civilization, but it is distinct. So it's part or spawns from Western civilization in many ways. It's not divorced from Western civilization, but it's distinct but not divorced, in other words. So there's a lot to it. I will lecture, blah blah blah. In the future I will lecture on it continuously, since it's one of my, as a geopolitical analyst, this is one of my theories and beliefs, that we constitute a collective North American civilization. And of course in North America we constitute a collective North American civilization. And so right here from Hawk Island, Montreal, yours truly, Adrian H. Dragon, and died during COVID, being reborn during COVID as Adrian Hunter Dragon, yours truly, androgynous, pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, who I am an independent athlete, independent artist, independent activist, AAA, plus other dimensions, being an artist, activist, athlete, philosopher, independent psychological analyst and theorist, geopolitical analyst and theorist, psychological analyst and theorist, sexual analyst and theorist, universal spiritual teaching student, because I say the word goddess and the body is divine, holy, nature is divine, holy, nature and harmony. I wish for it to attain harmony with civilization. Civilization in us, civilization, of course, still has its discontents, as of course sometimes I get myself moody and upset, moved by willy under subconscious forces and desires and lust, but I, so to the best of my ability, I sublimate and channel, which are two key words of anything that relates to our mind, body, and spirit, my brothers and sisters, to channel and sublimate. Aggression, channel and sublimate, do push-ups, do squats, take a bath, take a long walk, XYZ. Sexual lust and urges so that we hurt none. That's of course in self-defense, because that's the only invocation that I do, self-defense, and self-defense 100%. That's first right, self-defense in all cases whatsoever. And so also to channel and sublimate, and of course to understand our natures, which is an ongoing ongoing part of our understanding our own natures, and part with the collective structures of society and everything that is around us. And to channel and sublimate, whether working out, training, and exercising, or fulfilling whatever it is, lust or sexual desires, with consent, hygiene, and security, it's all that is required in all sexual expression, that it's of an adult, between consenting adults, of course. All that it is, whether I like myself some BDSM switch, and if I can bring pleasure giving a massage or a massage, I'm open for friends with benefits, 24/7 open for friends with benefits, 24/7 open for friends with benefits, 24/7. And of course I'm not perfect, I got some issues, some vices. I do not play it self-righteous. As a universal spiritual teaching student, I say that my Pope is the sun who now rises somewhere in the world and now sets at this given moment somewhere in the world. The sun always rises and always sets. And nature is divine, holy. I say the word goddess, Goddess. So when they say God, well, where's the goddess to dance with? They say two to tango, and I get emotion, I get feelings, I get upset, but I channel and sublimate, take some action, like taking this bath. I say, I'm gonna go to bed early. It's too early to go to bed, moody, upset. I wish I could get a good hug, a good 20 minutes, like who's playing now. Somebody, let's check who's playing now. It's Football is 15 minutes, a quarter, 4 quarters of football. It's an hour, right? Because that's what they play. And of course, hockey, it's 3 periods, still an hour. Still an hour. And by the way, NFL, please triple the cheerleaders' salaries. By the way, NFL, please triple the cheerleaders' salaries. By the way, NFL, please triple the cheerleaders' salaries. And my messages with consent hug for like what's a period of hockey is 20 minutes because it's got 3 periods. It's still an hour. It's football's quarter, so hug for hug for 15 or 20 minutes. That's what I could use a good hug. That's what I'm willing to give to all my willing living allies and armies. Hugs, kisses, tickles, marches, some philosophy, some blah blah, some. It's just blah blah. Theory and philosophy is not enough. Some action is required. Has been required for me. But I'm grateful, thankful. So I feel a bit much better. I ranted a bit on my philosophy, and of course I'm about business. It's business. First and foremost, my dream for world peace manifesting as the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom. First and foremost, my dream for world peace manifesting as the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom. My world peace dream manifesting as the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, which I lay the foundations of the kingdom, empire thereof, of the dragon and the dancing goddess, and the dancing goddess and the dragon and the dancing goddess are one empire kingdom. 718 trillions of kisses. So I could kiss. I got those trillions. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. 1 billion is 1,000 million. So kisses got by the plenty. Money, I'm in debt $10,000 to the Royal Bank of Canada, but already in the red at the bank. But my rent's paid for December to December 18, 1 week until Christmas, Nacht, and New Year's. And I'm a universal spiritual teaching student who's gotta celebrate life every day as I'm going carpe diem every day. Every day I carpe diem every day till I lay Adrian Hanna Dragon blah blah. I see I got hot water. Yeah, a little bit. Got hot water, got hot water, hot water, hot water. Grateful, thankful, got hot water, got rent pay, got some eggnog, some leftover wine.
does the half percentage point move. Face index again and blue. Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation. Season, which comes as a surprise. Mine is almost high. Empty shelves. China reported 2,000.